Welcome to this week's version of Nichols and Dimes, our weekly video series. The quote of the week this week comes from Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote a really good book many years ago called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you have not yet read his book, it's a very good, very basic financial book, but it's one I highly recommend. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Who said, there are no bad business and investment opportunities, but there are bad entrepreneurs and investors. That's true. Well, one of the things that makes a bad entrepreneur or bad investor many times is bad investment decisions based on emotions. In fact, most of the time, at least in my experience, when we make decisions based on emotions, they are bad decisions, especially with investing. So why am I bringing this up now? Because I think it's timely. Recently, we've seen the market take a big drop, and in particular, like the NASDAQ drop 6 to 8 to even 10%, depending on the time you're watching this video, in 2 to 3 or even 4 days. So we've seen a big sharp drop. And we have seen also some investors react emotionally, being very concerned, many of them about the virus and how it affects the markets and the economy. Obviously, there's a lot of challenging times, a lot of challenging things out there. So what I would ask you to do is, I'm going to show you 3 images, and you may have a positive or negative emotion to these images. So I would ask you to think about how this relates to when you read a headline or watch the news. How do you react emotionally to that image or headline? So here's the first image. And this is an image of, if you're a car person, this is an image of a Corvette logo. So I'm a big fan of Corvettes. This is a Corvette logo, actually a client gave me. So what is the emotion that comes up for you, or that you feel when you see this? You may have nothing, or maybe a positive image or a negative image. For me, I love Corvettes. I have a very positive emotional trigger to this. The second thing is, this is an article that financial advisors read called Investment News. The lady here, I don't know who she is, but she has a smile on her face. Most of the time when you smile, you get a positive emotion. So this may bring up a negative emotion for you, a positive emotion. Again, for me, it brings up a positive emotion. Here's one thing that we all are dealing with. What is this? This is a mask, obviously, to help us deal with virus and eliminate or reduce the transfer of this virus. So this, for most people, the mask for most people, is a negative emotion. Here's the last thing I'm going to throw up and have you look at. What emotion brings up for you when you read this? Stocks tumble on virus fears. Probably an investment emotion that's negative. And when we make investment decisions based on emotion, for example, reading that headline probably will trigger a negative emotion to you. There's a good chance you may decide or want to sell stocks or be fearful about stocks falling and losing money. Most people don't see that as an opportunity to buy. They don't see that as an opportunity to buy based on lower stock prices. So my point to you is, think about your investment decisions, and sometimes folks make them emotionally, especially in the short term. So I would highly recommend against making emotional decisions, especially in the short term. We often talk about having investment rules that are based on systems and processes of logic to give you a better chance to make money, of course, mitigate losses, when the market turns down. So to that end, if you would like a second opinion on your portfolio or financial situation, we're happy to help you without emotions. Again, we come to the table with no emotional investment, if you will, in your investment dollars and your financial situation. You could send me an email at cnichols@nicholswealth.com, or go on our website and get a second opinion on our services tab. Just check that out on our website at nicholswealth.com. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.